Hi everyone and welcome to this part where you learn how to install all the necessary entity framework packages that you need in this course. For that, let's go to Visual Studio. Now in here you need to go to the Solution Explorer. And then we said that the data project is going to be the project that is going to communicate with the database. We're going to have in here the models, we're going to have the services. So this is the project where we're going to install the entity framework packages. I'm just going to expand the project, and then to install the packages, you just need to right click in here and then go to Manage NuGet Packages. Then here go to Browse and search for Entity Framework. Now, since these packages are widely used packages, you'll see that by default you get the packages as the top suggestions. But if you don't see these packages in here, you can simply search for Entity Framework Core. And the first package that we're going to install is going to be the first one in here, which is Microsoft.Entity Framework Core, which is like the base package, which has all the default classes and default methods of the entity framework. Regarding the version in here, you need to go to the data, right click, then go to edit project file. And you can see that the target framework for this project is the .NET 8.0. So then in here, I'm going to also install the latest stable version, which is 8.0. What this means is that if you have in here, for example, as the target framework .NET 7, then you need to also install the Entity Framework Core version 7. So let us install the first package. You'll get this prompt to accept the license. I'm going to accept the license. The first package is successfully installed, and you can see that by this checkbox here on the bottom right. But you can also verify by navigating to Solution Explorer, then go to Dependencies, and then inside here to Packages. And you can see that we have Microsoft.Entity Framework Core. We have also said that we are going to work with an SQL database. Now what this means is that we have installed the entity framework for all the default properties or default methods. But if you want the link queries to be translated specifically for SQL database, then in that case you need to install an additional library, which is going to be Entity Framework Core.SQL, and that is going to be the SQL server. So in here on the right, I'm going to make sure that I have the latest version, which is 8.0.1, and then I'll click the install button. So basically by installing this library, I make sure that I can configure the entity framework to work with an SQL database. I need to accept the license. This is also installed. And we said that to manage the database schema, we are going to use migrations. But for you to be able to create and to also apply migrations, you need to install another package, which is the Entity Framework Core.Tools. I'm going to also select this package and I'm going to install it. The same way, let me accept the license. You can see that this package was also installed. To verify, you can just go to Solution Explorer. And then here on the packages, you have the Entity Framework Core, which is the base. You have the SQL Server and the tools. Now we said that both the client project and also the redirect project are going to use the data project for the database communication. So what we need to do in here as a last step is that we need to go to the client project. In the dependencies, I'm going to just right click in here, add project reference. I'm going to check the data project from the options that I have in here, and I click the OK button. You can see that once I referenced the project, this menu item showed up in here, the projects, and then inside here, you can see that I have the shortly.data project. Now this is all for this part. On the next one, you are going to define the application models.